I think we're still trying to figure that out. There's been a ton of opportunity for these young guys to play. I would say some guys have stood out. Mitch Matthews is starting to stand out and make some plays. We've got a young man that's just fighting right now as a walk-on, Skylar Ridley, that's doing a good job. It's unfortunate that Dallin Cutler hurt his hamstring because I think he was making a lot of strides. Alex Caressa is coming along. He just doesn't know quite how to play the position yet, but athletically should have the ability to really help us as a wide receiver. I think the young Dylan Colley's doing a good job for being a brand new guy. So we do have some depth. We just don't have much experience, so we're getting a lot of mistakes still. It was nice to get Cody back today. Our offense was quite a bit different today with him out there.
The return missionaries, Matthews and Thompson, are they behind just because of the missionaries?
Yeah, they're just not quite ready. Both knowledge and then making plays. And ultimately, coaches, I've said this before, I think coaches develop players or coaches make players and the players make plays. And we still haven't developed those guys into players yet because they're not making the plays we need to make. So as that progresses, I'm hoping that we see those two guys rise up.
The battle to be the third string quarterback, is it wide open?
It is right now. Yeah, we're giving those guys a pretty good mixture. We'll go firsts, and then we'll bring the twos in, we'll bring the ones back in again, and then after that, that's about 15, 16 plays in the team session. We'll start letting those other guys get some reps. They're pretty equal.
How much of an advantage is it to be the third string guy when the first two guys are seniors? How much will that matter when next year rolls around?
It's going to make a big deal. Yeah, that guy's going to be in meetings. He's going to be on the airplane to the games. He's going to be standing there. He may have a headset on during the game. He's going to experience a lot of valuable things in preparation for next year.
How big will the ball be in terms of that race?
I think it'll determine a lot. We need to start narrowing our vision in and start giving repetitions to the guys that will potentially be helping us on Saturday. We're narrowing it in right now.
Will there be any decision who moves to the top at that third spot after tomorrow?
No, I don't think there's any urgency to make that decision right now. We've got a lot of other things to iron out before we iron that out.
Brandon, we've seen some bursts from Williams out there, showing his speed. Where do you see him being at early on, and as he's just getting started with camp?
We're lucky he's here, quite honestly. At the end of his high school season, he had a lot of very good colleges trying to get him away, and he stuck with his commitment, and we're seeing why those colleges were coming after him. He's got a lot of ability, and he might help us this year as well.
Brandon, you've got a lot of seniors this year. You've been there where, you worked all that time and your senior year comes around and it's your turn to kind of, that last season. What's that like as a player and then also as a coach as you watch these guys?
It means a lot. So I think with Riley, sometimes I'm having to kind of taper him down because it means so much. You see him getting after the guys a lot, and he's already a pretty keyed up guy. But it makes a major difference. Our team hasn't acted like this or looked like this or been this united, and just the workload alone, or the grit portion of playing this game, we haven't been like this since I've been here. So I think a lot of it's attributed to him.
What do you remember from that when it was your turn to be that senior going out there for that last year?
We weren't interested in losing, and we practiced and prepared in our off season in the summer. Everything correlated to our the thought of winning football games. We don't talk about it. We don't let them talk about it. But the everyday preparation is just different when there's a senior quarterback. The urgency is different, and that's the case out here for us. Right now.
Similar feeling from that year that you remember for what you've got this year with all the seniors?
Well, I was a lot better player than he was when I was a senior. So we were just I'm just kidding. He's got a great chance to be a good player. A lot of things to work on still, and just BYU style passing game. But we've suited a lot of things to his strengths. We'll do some things that I think are hard for defenses to defend because of who he is inside our BYU offense. And I'm confident that he's preparing himself to be great.